Hello, I'm Mr. Rogery, and in this video I'm going to be talking about jewelcrafting in the War Within. I do want to highlight some key changes, such as the new prospecting mechanic and the gemstones that you'll be getting from them. So with that, let's get started. First up, let's talk about prospecting. Just like in previous expansions, jewelcrafters in the War Within will need to prospect ore to find raw gemstones. However, this time the system has become a lot more deterministic. Specific ores will yield specific gems, unless you invest in knowledge points to improve your prospecting skills. This means you can tailor your prospecting to get exactly the gems that you need. In the War Within, there are 5 gemstones. These are Ambivalent Amber, Stunning Sapphire, Extravagant Emerald, Radiant Ruby, and Ostentatious Onyx. When you prospect ore, you'll mostly get Glittering Glass and Handful of Pebbles. These handful of pebbles can be further prospected. Occasionally you'll find one of the 5 gemstones. However, without specialization in the shaping and gem finding, your chances of finding the rare gems are very low, and you'll mostly end up with the ambivalent ambers. So let's break down which ore gives which gem. The table on screen shows the baseline gems you can expect from each ore without any knowledge points allocated. So you will receive Ambivalent Ambers from Bismuth, Stunning Sapphires, Extravagant Emeralds, and Ambivalent Ambers from Aquarite, Radiant Rubies, Ostentatious Onyx, and Ambivalent Amber from Ironclaw Ore, and you will receive all gems from Null Stones. So, for example, if you are after Extravagant Emeralds, you will want to prospect either the Aquarite or the Null Stones, as these are the only ore that drop these gems without any specialization. To increase your chances of finding specific gems, you can invest knowledge points into the shaping specialization, and then further into the gem finding subspecialization. This allows you to specialize in a particular gem type, such as sapphire, emerald, ruby, or onyx. For instance, selecting the emerald specialization will make ores like Ironclaw ore occasionally drop extravagant emeralds. Bismuth ore will start having a chance to drop extravagant emeralds instead of just ambivalent amber. If you max out all 4 gem specializations, you'll have a chance to gain any of the 5 gems from all of the ores. Another important factor is the quality of the ore you prospect. Higher quality ore increases your chance of finding gems. Keep in mind that null stones don't have a quality, but it often results in at least 1 or more gems when prospected. If you're wondering where to get started with jewelcrafting, the trainer is Magnifiers, located in the south of Dornogal near the south entrance. The jeweler's bench is conveniently placed right next to the trainer. Now let's walk through the efficient ways to level your jewelcrafting. I've put together a step-by-step guide, minimizing crafting costs and maximizing your progress. Levels 1 to 15 start by prospecting Ironclaw and Bismuth ore. Bismuth is the most common and likely the cheapest. Prospect until level 15. Make sure to also prospect the handful of pebbles you get, as these are guaranteed ambivalent amber. At level 16, learn the new recipes from the trainer. You're then going to want to craft 3 or 4 marbled stones. You'll need enough to be able to craft the Radiant Lupes. After crafting the Radiant Lupes, you can equip them for the multi-craft that they provide. At this point, your jewel crafting should be level 19 or maybe 20. If you are not already level 20, use Algari crushing to crush some of the ambers to produce crushed gemstones. They're used in a lot of recipes going forward, so it's not really that much of a waste, so you do this until you reach level 20 and the recipe goes grey. Next, you want to craft 5 gilded vials to reach level 30. These will require the mats you have previously obtained from prospecting and crushing. If you don't have enough mats, then check the auction house, as you could just purchase the materials, as it might be cheaper than trying to get them through prospecting and crushing. So, return to the trainer and learn some new recipes. Then craft the following. Craft 1 malleable band for the first time craft profession knowledge. Then craft 2 malleable pendants to reach level 36. At level 36 you can return to the trainer and you want to craft the following. 1 Incanter Shard, 1 right-handed magnifying glass, and then you want to craft Storyteller's glasses until you reach level 50. At this point, all of the recipes you know will be green and rarely give skill ups other than daily cooldowns. And that leaves you with a few options. At level 50 Jewelcrafting, you can purchase the Cubic Blasphemer recipe from Grifter. This recipe will give guaranteed skill ups up until level 70, goes green at 75 and grey at 80. It looks like it's going to be a fairly expensive craft, so I don't actually recommend this. Option 2 is to do dungeons and hope that you get one of the Blasphemer gem recipes. Going by the price of the Blasphemite gems, this actually looks like a very good option and will take you all the way to 100. Finally, you have the option to use your knowledge points to gain a recipe. There are 2 specializations for this. The first is jewellery crafting. You need 10 points to unlock a sub-specialization to be able to craft either necks or rings. Both of these will require a Spark of Omens and a Blasphemite, so could be fairly rare to find people who want them. Secondly is the gem cutting specialization, which needs 10 points to unlock one of the sub-specializations, which then lets you further specialize into a specific stat for that gem. The gems will go yellow at 70, green at 75, and finally grey at 80. It's always worth remembering that with the War Within, we will have access to the new patron system, which is NPC work orders, and all of the crafts that I mentioned will be on that system. Although the NPCs will not always provide all of the materials, if the item requires a spark, they always provide the spark. I just want to mention about level 95, the only recipe that will give guaranteed skill ups are the Blasphemite gems and the Jeweler's setting. The recipe for the Jeweler's setting is a drop from the penultimate boss of the raid, so I don't expect that to be available very early. And the neck and ring recipes will be yellow and will give skill ups fairly often, so you could continue doing work orders with those. So I just want to touch on where to get profession knowledge. The first easy one is Darkmoon Faire. When Darkmoon Faire is active, you can gain 2 skill points and 3 knowledge points. It will be a short quest from Kronos called Keeping the Fair Sparkling. I recommend leaving this as late as possible so that the increased skill points have more value. Secondly is Profession Treasures. There are a total of 8 Profession Treasures, each awarding 3 knowledge points for a total of 24. I will do a quick run through of their locations. I will also include their coordinates in the description. The first treasure is the Earthen gem Pliers. These are a little north of the Coreway, on top of a cart in the capital city of Dornogal. We then have the Gentle Jewel Hammer. This is in a building on the southern coast of the Isle of Dorn. It's all the way in the very back on a shelf. The Jeweler's Drill is in the east of the Ring and Deeps in a cave. It has the rare Rampaging Blight in the same cave that will attack you, so be prepared. The Carved Stone File is located in Gundar Gaz, which is the capital city of the Ring and Deeps. It's in one of the buildings right at the back on top of a shelf. Next, we have the Librarian's Magnifiers. These are located in the north of Mereldar. They're upstairs in one of the buildings on a table. They're easy to spot. The Arathi sizing gouges are located in the north of Beladar's Bounty. They are in one of the farm buildings on the top shelf. The Nerubian bench blocks are located in the Silken Ward. They look like a very large chest. And the final treasure is the Ritual Caster Crystal. The Ritual Caster Crystal is the last treasure, and it's located on a table near the Jewelcrafting trainer in the Umbral Bazaar. The Umbral Bazaar is part of the City of Threads, so if you have not unlocked the City of Threads through the campaign, you may not be able to access this treasure. And that's all I have for Jewelcrafting. If this guide was helpful, then please consider liking it, and if you want more World of Warcraft content, then hit that subscribe button. Cheers and happy crafting!